Hello and welcome to today's video where we will talk about the top 3 dividend stocks for you to consider investing in. For those who don't know, a dividend is the distribution of some of a company's earnings to a class of its shareholders as determined by the company's board of directors. Essentially, what this means is that if you invest into a company, you are rewarded because you invested in said company. And that reward is dividends. Now that we have an understanding of what dividends are, it's important to know that they're either paid monthly, quarterly, biannually, or annually. So in this video, I'll be talking about 3 different dividend stocks that can potentially help you pay your monthly bills. So the 3 different dividend stocks I'll be educating you about are real estate stocks called REITs. REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. The reason why we want to show you these dividend stocks is because they typically have the highest yield. A dividend yield determines how much a company is going to pay you out per share, and REITs are obligated to pay out 90% of their taxable income to their investors in the form of dividends by law. So typically, if there is a good company, they usually have high dividend yields. So now we will show you 3 different real estate REITs to potentially help you pay off your monthly bills. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to be reminded about our latest videos teaching you how to make money online. Now let's get back to the video. So the first REIT that we're going to take a look at is AGNC. AGNC has a high dividend yield of about 11.7%. More often than not, companies typically have a dividend yield of anywhere between 0.5% and 1%. An example would be Apple. Apple has a 0.5% annual dividend yield. So knowing that one of the largest companies in the world has a significantly lower annual dividend yield than an REIT shows you how well you are being paid out through dividends. AGNC is a real estate REIT. The company's primary concentration is on leveraged investments in agency, residential, mortgage-backed securities, which are typically financed through collateralized borrowings structured as repurchase agreements. The principals and the interest payments are guaranteed by the United States government-sponsored enterprise of the United States government agency. This is guaranteed by the United States government, so you are positive that they are going to get their money. So one of the main reasons it's a smart investment in AGNC is because they work with the government and they are ensured they will get their money back because it's guaranteed. So the fact that AGNC works closely with the government, they have a high dividend yield. And the fact that they pay out every single month is the reason why we invest into AGNC ourselves and have it in our portfolio, and the reason why it made it on the list of the top 3 in this video. The next dividend stock is called Prospect Capital. Prospect Capital has a very high dividend yield of about 9.2%. Prospect Capital invests in debt and equity in middle market businesses in the United States across a variety of different industries with the goal of providing consistent, attractive returns to shareholders. Prospect portfolio is mostly debt-based, where 80% is invested in first lien loans and other senior secured debt. It's very well diversified, and its investments are spread across more than 120 companies in 39 industries. Prospect Capital also doesn't have a high volatility. It's quite steady, in fact. The stock price tends not to move all that much, which is good when it comes to paying out dividend stocks to its shareholders. There is a bit more of an aggressive approach when it comes to Prospect Capital's dividend policy. Instead of implementing a biannual dividend payout, Prospect Capital instead pays a high monthly dividend. Another good reason to invest into Prospect Capital is because the CEO, John Barry, is a frequent buyer of the shares inside of Prospect Capital. He has purchased over $144 million worth of shares in his own company. So with evidence like that of a CEO caring that much about their own company, makes us also want to invest in the company ourselves. This is a sign of someone who wants to maintain longevity in their company. So this is a great company to collect monthly dividends from as an investor. Now for dividend stock number 3, we have STAG, S-T-A-G. STAG has a dividend yield of about 4.2%. It's not as high as the other 2 dividend stocks, but it has its own unique qualities that incentivizes us to invest into this company. STAG's real estate portfolio focuses on distribution centers. 40% of the portfolio focuses on e-commerce. They also work quite closely with Amazon. So by association, as long as Amazon continues to have success, so will STAG. All of STAG's facilities are being used by Amazon, which shows that they will have a steady income flow from Amazon. So while STAG does have a lower dividend yield, the future growth of their company will be faster due to the growth revenue they will receive from all of the e-commerce websites they are associated with, like Amazon. There is a strong sign that STAG will have longevity in their business. E-commerce is becoming an increasingly prevalent industry, especially in the logistics space. STAG estimates the value of their market to be at about $1 trillion. Because STAG is such a solid, safe REIT to own, it very well could be one of the best investments that you can make if you are planning on holding for several decades and beyond. And there we have it. These are our top real estate stocks that will pay you monthly dividends to pay your bills. This means that you don't have to wait every quarter or every couple of months or even every single year. You will get paid out every single month. So in order to know exactly how much you need to invest to pay off however much your monthly bills are is quite simple. So the average dividend yield of all 3 of these stocks combined is 8.4%. You take all 3 of the dividend percent yields and divide it by 3 in order to get this average. And so let's say your monthly bills total up to $1,000 a month. You will then multiply that by 12 months, and that equals $12,000 a year. So then we will take the $12,000 and divide it by the dividend yield of 8.4%, and that will give us $142,857. So that means that you will need $142,857 invested into these 3 companies in order to pay off $1,000 a month in bills. And I know you're probably thinking that this is a lot of money that you'll need in order to live rent-free, but it's not impossible to get there. If you were to invest $500 every single month with a 10% annual return, over the next 13 years, you'll be able to live rent-free. And if you increase that to $1,000 invested every single month with a 10% annualized return, you'll be able to get above $142,857 in less than 9 years. So this is totally possible. You just have to make sure that you consistently invest into the stock market and reinvest the dividends, and eventually the compound effect will start to take place, which means your portfolio will start to grow even quicker. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you got value from this video, please be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you will know immediately whenever we post the latest updates on how to make money online. If you'd like to learn more ways to make money online, check out this video right here.